Hey guys, we're out here, Honors Way Group, on a job site for a Denton middle school, and we're looking at some alternative material types, and specifically ICF material type, and we are with Michael Wyment of the National Ready Mix Concrete Association. And do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brian Quarter. I'm the president and CEO of Block Building Systems.
Yep. So we just walked this site. We were able to see the walls that the gentlemen have put up, and they're putting up a building in about 3 weeks, which was awesome. Very clean site, structurally very straight and pristine edges. So go ahead and.
Sure. Well, Mike Wyman, NRMCA. Great to be able to tour this school here in Denton. That's a fantastic, just a massive school with some tall wall, 10-inch core ICF, and just delivering one of the best building systems on the market right now at a competitive price. So it is got a wind load of 250 mile an hour that it can take. It is fireproof. It's got a 4-hour burn rating to it. Great sound attenuation. This one has an STC of over 60 with the 10-inch thick walls, which means you can't hear anything through it. Great for a school, and it's just fantastic. So it's a great product that's been around for a long time. Delivers great insulation. This also has a R26 plus, and that's also, then you've got the thermal bridge of the concrete. So just a fantastic way to put a building up, and it's been done hundreds of times in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with lots and lots of buildings. It's great to show it off.
Yeah. Both residential and commercial, ICFs deliver proven value, superior energy performance, a faster and simpler construction method with reduced complexities in your supply chain, and delivering a product that will, once built, that property will remain viable, secure, comfortable, with fewer maintenance issues and turnover, holdover costs for hundreds of years.
And even the 4-inch is 5 times stronger than lumber.
Yeah, so what you end up with in an ICF wall is a structural reinforced concrete wall, anywhere from 4 to 10 or 12 inches thick, depending on what the engineering requirements are. Even the smallest core ICF delivers superior performance against a cavity framed wall, whether that is wood or steel stud, even compared to CMU and others, especially the disaster resilience that it delivers. And all of those things are happening at the same time with the same product for no additional cost.
And you gentlemen were telling us that we can reduce our reserves, our bank reserves. We can drop our HVAC systems by 40 to 50%. And other insurance, our
Absolutely. So some of the
drop.
best benefits that come along with ICF is your operational savings. So one of the reasons all the schools in Texas for the last decade, and so many of the schools in the Florida Panhandle where I live, are all ICF, is because those schools are using 10% of the energy of a typical school. So if you look at an Energy Star score, which they give 1 out of 100 for a building, schools made with ICF are delivering an Energy Star score between 10 and 20, whereas the rest of the nation is much, much higher. So right out the gates, you're using far less energy. HVAC is your #1 energy user in the school. It's going to be far less in an ICF building.
In terms of tenant retention.
Then your operational costs also much quieter. So in condominiums and apartments, you can't hear the neighbors, so the retention that is there. Your insurance costs. So whether it's a school or a condo or an apartment building, your ongoing insurance associated with disaster and resiliency is drastically lower in a monolithically poured wall system such as ICF. Your fire insurance is lower because of the flammability, and your tenant retention is going to be much more successful.
The other major benefit, especially in tenant retention, is just the soundproofness between the different, and the fact that it's an airtight wall. So not only do you not hear your neighbors, you don't smell your neighbors, whether they're cooking, you don't hear the doors slam, especially in common stairwells if they're enclosed especially. It's just a much quieter, safer environment, and the energy efficiency is consistent year-round, whether you're heating or cooling. So for a tenant who's paying their own utility bills, their utility costs become something that's very stable and very fixed, even as we approach times where energy is becoming much more expensive.
Tenant retention, that's what we're looking for a Class A luxury multifamily. It's garden style 3-story walkout, so intentionally it's built for professionals anyway. And then what about, we didn't talk about this, but what about the comparison between the tornado treated lumber versus ICF 4-inch?
I mean, I'm in Oklahoma City, and we definitely have our experience with tornadoes.
Yeah.
And I've seen, even well-designed homes where tornadoes come through, and what's left is the foundation. What you have in an ICF structure is a solid reinforced concrete wall that is insulated and all in one step. The other benefit from a design perspective is if you use the proper connections between the ICF wall and whatever your roofing system is. Because the goal in any sort of tornado or high wind event, hurricanes, etc., is that you want to maintain that building envelope. So as long as you can put a connection in there that will ensure that that roof system stays intact, then the rest of that will stay intact.
Okay, that's really interesting because this is a build to sell. It's really a great build to lease, but we're intending to lease it up and sell it stabilized year one. So for our exit buyer, awesome product.
And they're also going to reap the benefits of the fact that you're not dealing with water intrusion issues that get behind wall finishes and cause mold and mildew issues. You're not dealing with a bunch of additional layers in an exterior finishing and insulation system that can have multiple contractors, multiple different products all being combined. As well as energy codes continue to increase, this facility already will meet or exceed even the best energy codes in the country. And the interesting thing about energy codes is the energy code is the minimum standard that you can build to. And so by building with ICF specifically, you're able to deliver energy performance, sound attenuation, disaster resilient, reduced dust, dirt, allergens, and all of those things at really no additional cost. It's all one product and it does it the same.
I'm going to go back and rewatch this video, Ben.
They're also creating a future-ready building. So you may not want to have solar panels on your project this year, but the next owners or the owners after that may be incented to say, you know what, we do want to put solar panels. So do you want to start with a wood frame, one of the worst envelopes that you can have out there? So you're going to be spending more and more on solar panels, more solar panels to get you to that net zero, versus if you have a better envelope on the best envelope out there, you're going to have less solar panels on that roof. So if we call these schools that don't go with the solar, we call them solar ready, because they're in the best position out of any framing structure out there to have solar in the future.
That's a great idea. And the next owner may own it 5 to 7 years and get some good cash flow out of it. It's an institutional buy. So, 400, 500 units, then it's going to be an institution purchasing it, and they don't want to have those maintenance issues.
I live in a wood apartment right now, short term, because I'm in the middle of building my ICF concrete house.
Are you? Okay,
and I'm
great.
in this 4-story wooden structure with my family, and I got to tell you, it's a nightmare. The fire alarms have to be everywhere because it's a combustible building. The alarms are going off every time there's a hurricane that goes through in Pensacola. Every fire alarm goes off in the building. That means every single unit, every single room, dogs barking, kids woken up at 3 in the morning, and you have to exit the building. That's because it's an all-wood structure.
Oh, holy cow, yeah.
I mean, it's a nightmare. Rain gets in, you can hear the neighbors, you can hear all the busy traffic outside. I mean, the sound is the biggest nightmare for these wooden buildings. And I got to tell you, the building that we're in, the turnover is 40% a year. People they come in, they realize this is terrible, and they're getting out.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Well, as we finish up this site tour, I just wanted to do a quick video with you guys and encapsulate some of the details and show our people here that not only are we doing our due diligence, but we want to go with a smart product, with a cost-effective product, and ICF is definitely a viable solution for that. So thank you for your time, and we will walk the next property.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.